All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Water Tower Podcast, episode number 7. That's right, number 7. We've been at it for a while. If you like what you've been watching and you want to support the Water Tower Podcast, which is Jay and I, please subscribe. Yeah, thanks for watching all these episodes so far. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right below and that notification button as well if you want to get all the incoming goods, because we got some goods coming. And also follow our social media pages and visit our website to see our cool blog. So let's get started. I'm Nick Milan, and to my right here is Mr. Jay Yoder. Hey, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay Yoder.
So this is our first episode with the podcast setup, the Rodecaster Pro.
Yeah, the Rodecaster Pro here in front of you. Shiny lights. We promised shiny lights, and we delivered shiny lights, Nick.
We goddamn delivered some shiny lights.
Yes, and I'm sorry, but this is awkward for me. It feels like a cox in my face.
You don't like having shafts in your face?
Not since the 80s. I was 5 then, by the way.
Yeah. That's disturbing, Jay. You know what's funny? We bring up the Snowden book. What's this? 3 podcasts as I bring this up. So in the episode, he talks about his girlfriend that he had when he first met her.
The stripper?
Was she a stripper?
I thought someone was a stripper he dated.
Yeah, I think it does fit the story. He doesn't call her a stripper in the book, obviously, but when he meets her, he says that she had 3 other boyfriends at the time. And so about a year or 2 into the relationship, like things got serious between them two, and he convinced her to dump her other boyfriends, and so that way they can have a serious relationship.
So he's so smart, he has like Jedi powers.
Yeah, I guess, but that's kind of fucking weird, Jay.
Yeah, it's like if you have to convince a girl to like dump her 3 other boyfriends to date you, that's a risky game.
Well, yeah, it's a risky game, but why do you have 3 other boyfriends?
Why not, Nick? Why not?
Well, as an anthropologist, I would say, yes, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. But as like a traditional Mexican person, it's like, what the fuck is going on there? That's just fucking weird.
Yeah. You're a very traditional Mexican person.
Yeah.
Talking about Snowden every day. I don't know.
My evolution to alien.
Oh, shit. I like it. Everyone see that? It goes from ape to man. It looks like it goes from ape to Craig Martinez to alien. That guy right there is Craig.
That is Craig.
It might be, yeah.
Straight into the reptilians.
I don't know if we could zoom in on this. Maybe we can post-production, but is that an arm or a penis coming from his belly button?
Ooh, that's not Craig.
Hey, man, we don't know, but we know. But,
funny story, Jay. I got this shirt on the extraterrestrial highway. You ever go on that highway?
No, my dad has, and it sounds awesome. I see it says Area 51 down there.
Yeah, it's actually a jerky joint. So you seen the movie Paul? Little alien guy played by Seth Rogen?
No, I don't think I have.
No, you got to watch that movie. It's good. So in that movie, they filmed it on the extraterrestrial highway. So extraterrestrial highway has the black mailbox. Okay. And it also has the entrance to Area 51.
What's the black mailbox? I'm not familiar.
So the black mailbox was a mailbox in the 80s that people would drop mail in for. It's kind of hard to explain. So there's a lot of, because back then UFO and extraterrestrial, that was kind of taboo, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people believed in it. So when somebody wanted to pass information to someone else, they would take it to this mailbox, and then that other person would then come and grab that information. It was kind of like a transition point or something.
Through the government or through just people into UFOs?
Just people. People, UFOlogists and all those kinds of people.
But like people, wait, did you say UFOologist?
I did.
Is that something I could study in college? Because I want to.
Yes,
really?
You can, yeah.
It's a degree?
Well, it is now.
Yeah.
Well, dude, UFO is huge now.
What do you do in class? You just go outside and stare at the sky and hope you see something?
Watch E.T. movies.
Hey, man, sounds good. We got Alien, we got E.T. Hey, man. So that was during the 80s. So are you familiar with Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
So he was the one that broke it,
right.
Area 51 and S4, which was inside of Area 51.
Right.
So I was thinking maybe he was the one that put stuff in the black box to the public and they would take it. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, perhaps. So it's actually not black anymore. It's white, which is fucked up.
Racist or something?
Yeah, racist bastards. Fucking aliens.
Painted it white.
But it was interesting. I mean, it's still there. The mailbox is still there. It didn't have shit in it. We took some photos of it. Went to the entrance of Area 51, which is not an entrance at all. It's like fucking miles and miles away from the actual facility. But it's cool. You just take a picture by the fence and crap like that.
Did you go for UFOs and shit?
No, actually, we were going to Vegas. And so there's 2 ways to get to Vegas from Sac. And one of them is up through Reno and around and down from Nevada into Vegas.
Okay.
And the other one's going through the valley and then up to Vegas.
That's the one.
No. So the one is going through Reno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you hit Reno and then you jump on the 395 and that's the extraterrestrial highway. And they call it extraterrestrial highway because it's got the most UFO sightings in the United States, I think.
And they sell a lot of keychains of UFOs.
A lot of keychains and shirts.
And that's where you like go and you see like the paper mache fucking UFO outside of Mini Mart or something. It's like Area 51 Mini Mart,
right.
Alien Mini Mart.
Fireworks stands everywhere.
I was wondering if you went for the Rush Area 51 saga that happened recently. Remember that?
No, I don't know what the hell that is.
That guy started a Facebook group as a joke where they were going to storm Area 51, all the people.
Yes.
And it was just a big disappointing rave, I guess.
How fucking crazy was that, dude?
Yeah, they were running with their arms behind. I don't know why. But.
Dude, those are some good memes that came out of that, though.
Yeah. I was so excited. Like, I was like, I want to go and just watch. But then I was like, I have no faith in these people.
Yeah, there's some crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But people are creative with these fucking memes. I swear to God. Sometimes I look at them and read them and just start busting up laughing, literally out loud. It's like...
It's an art form. And you would think it would have to be something like video or animated or GIFs because all that technology is there, but just the meme is good enough.
Right. Yeah. But there's some dumbass ones too. I mean, you open a meme and it's fucking stupid. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Why would somebody waste their time?
I have a question. You know when like old people are on Facebook and they post those like blurry, like something from like 97 or 2001, it's like a blurry like graphic with just blurry text and it's like Hillary Clinton's dad shanked a woman or something, you know, it says something stupid. 80% of Hillary Clinton's or 80% of Clintons kill someone, you know, which I think they do. But like, are those considered memes? You know, those things you roll your eyes at, you're like, oh, old people.
Yeah, right. Probably.
Yeah.
I guess they would be.
Well, I saw one recently because I think a meme has to have a picture and text, right?
Right.
Is that the thing?
I'm pretty sure.
We're old. I'm old.
Yeah. Old Jay, god damn it.
Yeah, you're older than me. Let's just point that out.
Yes, I am.
You tried to say we were both 35 the other day, and I got mad. I was like, no, 34 and a half.
It's like 8 months. God damn it.
It's all 35. Let's be honest.
Hey, well, we're getting up there, Jay. You know what? When I was fucking, I'm sure this was you too. When I was like 18, 19, I knew 35-year-olds, and I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are old.
Yeah, dude, I remember being 21, 22 in Visalia, California, just grinding away at the Starbucks and Big Five, and I actually worked at Crawdaddy's, and I would still go to Crawdaddy's a party, and my brother also worked there, let me in free. Nice. That was like the happening spot. It wasn't really happening, but it was.
The balcony. Smoked so many joints up there.
Yeah, I have a picture of me, you, and Nathan, actually, I saw recently.
Nice.
But looking all unhealthy. But I hit on this girl hit on me. This girl, this Mexican chick, and she's like, hey. I was like, hey. And, you know, and she's like, how old are you? Like right off the bat. And now if someone you just meet asks you how old you are, do you have kids, you know, what's your taxes like? They're probably in their 30s. That's how people date in their 30s. You probably don't know because you've been with your chick for 13 years, Rosie.
20. Well, we've been married for 13.
Damn. Yeah. So, like when me and Gina met, my girlfriend of like 2 years, when we met, it's like, so you think about religion? Okay, you're Jewish. I'm not. So what do you think? Is this gonna be a problem? What if we have kids? We just like got out on the third date. Nice. Third date. It's awful. It's such a 30-year conversation. But anyways,
you were just sitting there batting them, hitting the balls out of the park.
Does this fit? You know, you'd get straight to it. No bullshit. Nice. No, I can't figure this out in 6 months. Fuck that. But yeah, this girl, she was like, how old are you? And I was like, you could tell we're vibing each other out the bat. And I was like, I'm 21. She's like, oh, you're too young. I'm like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 30.
Oh, wow.
Like, in my head, I was like, you know, I was still down, but in my head, I was like, what a loser. Shouldn't you be home with your kids?
Right.
Fast forward, I was like well over, 31, 32 working at the Met Karaoke bar as a bartender. But,
oh, damn.
Yeah,
the irony.
I think about that and I go, whew.
You know what? Chris Rock has a bid. And he talks about women in the club. And he talks exactly that. He says, if he sees a woman in the club on a Wednesday night that's a parent, he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, is it your fucking birthday? Did you get a raise? Like,
yeah.
Otherwise, what the fuck? You got to be home with your kids on a fucking Wednesday night. What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, he makes it funny because he makes everything funny.
But says who? Good parents.
I guess, right?
Who says they're in charge?
Right? What's a good fucking parent, anyways?
I think probably not going to the bars. Yeah.
Well,
that
I mean,
helps.
Probably.
I'd probably go to the bar if I had a kid. I think I would.
Oh, dude, I go to the bar all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I've gone to the bar by myself a bunch of times. It's fun.
That's just sad.
Is it?
No, I do it all the time. I used to go to the Mint by myself, a place I used to work at.
That's even worse,
I loved
Jake.
it. I loved it.
Free beer is always
Free
nice.
drinks. I mean, no. Yeah, free drinks. All the time. No.
Yeah, totally, dude. I mean, it's an escape for sure. And then, when you go to a bar with someone, it's almost like you don't have to babysit them, but you kind of have to be around them, right? I mean, you can't just ditch someone you go to the bar with. But if you go to the bar by yourself, you can sit anywhere, you can talk about anything, you can do whatever. I don't know. I enjoy going to the bar by myself. Yeah,
I actually do too. I like to go with one good drinking buddy, which those relationships never last long. They start arguing about bullshit all drunk. But I've had a few good drinking buddies back in the day, and I love just going to the bar and just knowing you're going down that road of talk, kind of like we talk right now. That's like that's kind of the conversation I'd always get into with people, even if they don't want to go there. I'd take them there.
Right.
Let's talk about aliens. Fuck your relationship. Let's talk about aliens, bro.
Yeah. So you and Gina never talked about aliens in your.
Oh yeah, I talk her ear off about aliens. I don't know if she enjoys it. She'll entertain me for a while, but yeah, she's like really into like like healthcare and structured things, and
that's not aliens.
It's not. Like she's she'll laugh at this, but she joined a committee called the Fun Committee at work, and as soon as she told me that,
sound fun.
I said, "You'd never join a fun committee." Here's what before she even finished what the fun committee was, I stopped her. I was like, "This is what happened. You're at work, someone walks up, goes, 'Hey, I'd like you to join a club.' Like, cool. What's the club? What's it called?" It's called the Fun Committee. You say, "No, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Like, I'm busy. I have cancer.
I'm busy that day.
Yeah, I might die. I don't know. I can't do it." But yeah, she's a part of the Fun Committee, and they throw little fun parties, and it sounds a lot like The Office. Do you remember The Office when they had the party committee?
Yeah, right.
It was like, yeah, didn't seem fun.
Yeah. but I would say women enjoy that much more than we do, I think, because my wife used to love doing that shit at work. Okay. Like they would decorate people's desks for their birthdays and get potlucks together every once in a while and all this shit. Like, not me, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I just see like noise, like busy noise. Like when am I going to chill?
Right.
Like I like Jack Nicholson, I believe, had a famous quote like something about like people don't understand the importance of leisure time. I do. I love it. Like, I mean, you could get lazy. It's a slippery slope, but like, I feel like every girl I've dated just fills up that calendar with bullshit, and then they bitch about it. Oh God, I'm so stressed. I'm like, yeah, that's why you don't agree to everything,
right?
I agree to like 1% of things.
You know what? I over agree a lot. I was really involved over the last few years, but I do enjoy some leisure time for sure. Almost to a point where I just become a boring person. I think like I like to have fun, but I don't like to plan the fun. Like if it happens, it's like, hey, we're gonna go to the beach. All right, let's go. But it's not like, oh yeah, let's plan a beach trip for 2 weeks and we'll get all this together and we'll make bags and load up the car and
yeah. I'm the guy that's like, I guess let me see my schedule, and then I'm like, I get forced to go to the beach or something. I'm like, this is amazing. Why do I do this all the time? Right. I'm just like my worst enemy.
And you know what? I never play games. I never play board games. Like that the phone game you put on your head right here, and what's that called? I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, we have to guess who they are.
Yeah, it's like a word on there. You have to guess the word. Well, fun game. I love it. I really enjoy it. But I'm not going to start that game, right? If somebody's like playing it and I'm in a good mood and they ask me to play, I'm like, yeah, I'll play and I'll have a good time. But it's like, if we're all just sitting there, me, my wife, and my 2 kids, like I'm not going to be like, hey, let's play a game. Like this is just not me. I have way too much shit to do.
Yeah, yeah, when I first moved out of Lindsay and started hanging out with white people, my people, if they would always suggest board games, and I was always like, "Fucking losers! Let's get some beers. Let's go out and get wrecked." But they
don't have orange groves in San Francisco. What the fuck is this?
This was like even in like where was it? Like when I went to the East Coast a little bit. No, they didn't play. They were savages. But when I went on semester at sea for sure, like college, like. everyone wanted to play board games. They had all these games. I felt dumb because I don't know how to play any of them, and I would forget the rules and try to like not make a stupid move without knowing the rules and just like play it safe because I was embarrassed. But yeah, now I enjoy chess. We played chess.
I love chess.
Stone chess. I recommend it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's hard. It's hard.
My son almost beat me the other day.
I can't let that happen.
Dude, yeah, it was crazy. I just got done beating my daughter, and then me and my son started playing. And I didn't think he knew how to play. You know, probably a few years ago, we were really hitting it hard. We got a chess set, and I was playing on my laptop all the time. And we would play probably like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I wouldn't say we got really good at it, but we got familiar with the game, and they got them familiar with the game and this kind of stuff. Well, it's been a while since we played, and then we played the other day, and it's like, dude, we went like all the way to, it was like king and a few pawns against king and a few pawns until I got my pawn across, got my queen back and kicked his ass. But
oh, nice.
Yeah.
But you were sweating there for a bit.
I was sweating, yeah. I was thinking, what the, dude, this guy's going to fucking beat me.
Yeah. I like chess, just like the next white guy or Mexican guy, but I'm not like intense into it, but I thought it was pretty good. I usually win more than I lose with the people I play once a year with.
Nice.
And except me and Jen have been playing a lot more. And I'm getting sick of beating her ass. Sorry, I had to make sure she heard that. But so maybe I need to play her son. But no.
Ouch.
But
you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah, I sleep on the couch almost every other night. I'm kidding. But our couch is very comfortable. It is. That's why I like to sleep on it. But the guys I work with, the engineers, they were talking about playing chess. I'm like, hey, I have a chessboard. Maybe I'll bring it in. And, you know, they got their professional chessboard or whatever. Like, no, you're okay.
Yeah, marble.
Fucking redneck. And then, dude, I sat down. We were drinking after work, and I sat down and played with them. And literally 3 moves. Like, my first move or second move or third move, he was like, you're done. I'm like, nah, fuck it. Yeah, I was. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, you guys are like, badass. Like, no, we get our ass kicked at the park when we go play like in New York and stuff. I'm like, holy crap.
Playing chess at the park, that's white.
No, dude, that's black.
Is it?
Oh, dude, there's some black motherfuckers. These not gangster, but these like hardcore chess motherfuckers that talk shit. It's entertaining. But there's some white dudes, some Russians.
Okay,
it's fun, man. Look up like New York chess game, and like there's
dude, that's badass.
I look up this like champion guy. He's like some dorky white kid or something. And he goes there against these like shit talking dudes and just wrecks them.
No way.
They bet money and they do the timer. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've never done that.
It's stressful. It's not fun anymore after that point.
Yeah. Is it? Maybe, though, unless you're good. Start kicking those people's asses.
Yeah, well, that's how you get better, right? That's how you sharpen the sword, you know?
Right. Yeah, you got to get your ass kicked. But, you know what? Yeah, a lot of these guys, that's fucking insane. 3 moves in, and they already know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything in my life where I know 3 moves ahead what's going on.
Right?
Little on this podcast. By the way, we got some new equipment, and we're hoping the sound's better. We're still figuring out the kinks, our lighting. We got about... I'll be honest, we have 3 lamps with the shades off behind the camera, the cell phone camera. We have some just regular ceiling light, but we're getting there. Don't worry. But yeah, it's so we weren't even 3 moves ahead with this stuff.
Good point, Jay.
Yeah, but
good point. Thanks for sharing, by the way. But you know what? So crazy chess story. So I think I might have told you this, but I was doing some research in the homeless community. And there was a car wash by my house, and there was a group of homeless guys that would hang out there, and I knew one of them, and so I would go talk to him at this place, and then eventually I got to know all of them. Well, there's one of the guys, the only guy that's not homeless. He actually lives in a house behind the car wash. He is probably an older Mexican guy, probably 50 years old, but he's a heroin addict. He has a house. He's not homeless, but he's a heroin addict. And so they would go out and play chess. And this is like 11 o'clock at night at a car wash on Broadway. And I would go, they play chess. This guy was fucking good, dude, like really good. And it was funny because he would play this other guy. His name was, he's the homeless guy. He lives in his van there. But they would play, and this guy that's a heroin addict would literally just fall asleep. Like during his during the other opponent's move, he would like fall asleep because that's what heroin addicts do. I don't know if you knew that.
They do. Yeah,
right.
Sometimes standing.
So right. And I mean, he's just sitting there, and then next thing you know, he's falling asleep, and they'd be like, "Hey, fucker, it's your turn. Wake up," you know. But he was good. I couldn't fucking believe it. It was crazy. I never actually. I played a couple times, but never any serious games. But they would get pretty serious, where like they would argue and shit. It was fucking hilarious.
So what would happen when he pass out? Would you cheat or would you just wake him up?
No, I never played him when he passed out.
What do the other guys do?
Nothing. They're
game over.
No, they just play. Yeah, they just couldn't because that's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, they play all the time. I think they're out there every single day. I don't think they play chess every day, but they're out there every single day. So that's just another day in the office, really, for them.
Heroin's a motherfucker, dude. But yeah, walk into San Francisco, the office, you just see we got the heroin lane. They're just like folded over but standing, and they quite never fall. It seems like it's really amazing. I remember walking by when I first went to San Francisco. There's just drug addicts everywhere, especially downtown and Tenderloin area. But my cousin Tyler lived there a little before me, and he was just like, I was like, man, that's fucked up. That's sad. This guy was all leaned over, and he's like, you don't know what he's seeing in his head. He's probably feeling sorry for you. He's probably on the time of his life. I was like, very good point, Tyler. Very good point.
Dude, that's a great point, because you know what? There's a couple things that I pulled away from a lot of this research that I did. And research, I mean, maybe 6 months of this shit. I mean, not
just
years.
Hanging out?
Yeah, just hanging out, really. Yeah, hanging out. And I would never take notes because that's just fucking wrong,
Wait, can we make this clear? Nick used to, after class, go hang out with a bunch of homeless guys and one non-homeless guy and play chess and kick back, which is cool.
Yeah, right. I mean, we'd smoke and drink out there. And I even had a couple people tell me, like, why would you want to smoke with them? Like, you want to share a joint with those guys?
Oh, dude, I ain't doing that. Fuck that.
Well, you know what? And I always did. I probably shouldn't have, but I try to hold it in a way where I didn't,
it's even your thinking.
Didn't expose myself so much. But again, I mean, one of the things I found, and before I get to the other things I found, but this thing that I found is dignity, right? These guys want dignity. And if I'm not smoking the same joint they're smoking,
you're better than them.
Then I'm better than them, right? And I'm not going to be able to hang out and get this information from them. And nor did I ever take notes there. So I would spend about 2 hours there, and then I'd walk home because I lived right around the corner, and then go straight to my office and just start writing a bunch of shit before I forgot.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, dignity. First of all, these guys, want the dignity. I forgot what else was I going to say. But
you know what, Nick? Yeah, I'm better. I'm not sharing a joint with you.
Right?
I'm better. You know why? Because I don't shoot fucking dirty needles into my fucking veins and get diseases that when I pass a joint with a friend, he's nervous. But I'll be honest, I've been around the world and smoked a lot of joints with some homeless dudes. Fucking Africa, fucking everywhere. You got to smoke, dude, sometimes. Dude. And like, yeah, you never think about it. Usually I think about it after, dude. Maybe that's a story from another time. Dominican Republic. I was me and my brother. Fuck it, let's tell it. Me and my brother, like there was this town we're in. We're on a sailboat going around with my dad, who's on a sailboat still, and might come on soon. Thought he died the other day, but he's all right.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, but anyway, so we were in Dominican Republic, and Dominican Republic is kind of crazy. Like, that's where all the Americans were dying. We went right before that. Like 10 Americans died just like randomly, heart attacks and all this weird stuff. Huh. Yeah, it was all over the news. And then anyway, so we're there and we're in this one town, Souza, I believe. I'm saying it wrong. Souza.
Like the name of the tequila?
Yeah, S-O-U. I don't know. Every time I pronounce it, they yell at me. But it was like a prostitute town. But that's like where I met them to get on the boat. They were just stopped there to pick me up and then we're going to head around.
Okay.
But we went out, and I didn't really know it was a prostitute town until I'm walking around, and these, I got robbed by two girls. They just stuck their hand in my pocket. I didn't even know because they try to grab you, like, come up. They got a system. And I pushed them off, and shit, they took like $6, but that was my drinking money for the night.
Oh wow!
So
that's fucking crazy.
But me and my brother were just like, fuck us. We're eating after the bar, all drunk. I'm all pissed because I got robbed for my $6. Fucking white privilege over here. So we're eating, and we meet these two girls, and we start hanging out with them, and we're like, I figure they're probably prostitutes or something because they're asking us for money. Like, no, we're just here to hang out. If you want to hang out, cool. If not, then like fuck off.
Right.
Like we ain't trying to do that shit. And so we went like swimming in the ocean or something, and then like and my brother was single at the time. I wasn't, so I was like keeping my distance. But we started smoking a joint, and we passed this joint. We're all smoking, and there's two girls. So it's like my brother lights it, smokes it, hands it to this girl. She smokes it, and then hands it to me. And then the other girl's like, "Nah, I don't want to smoke." So then my brother gives it. I give it back to my brother. He smokes. He gives it back to that girl. Sorry, confusing. She smokes. Then the other one's like, "Okay, I'll smoke." And I'm like, "Go ahead, take the hit." She grabs it from her friend and then wipes off the end and like fucking gets the lighter and like kind of wipes on her shirt. And me and my brother are like, what the fuck? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? Why didn't you tell us? you know. But so anyways, I can't talk shit about these homeless guys.
So then you grew stuff all over your lips the next day.
That's how I got this face AIDS. No, it was fine, but I definitely don't smoke after that. That's for sure.
Well, you know, you bring up a good point, Jay. Overly cautious, right? That's a thing, and sometimes it's good to be overly cautious, but usually for me, it's like, fuck it, man. Like, even when I go to work, like, I don't even wash my hands when I have lunch sometimes. And my hands are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, well, like, I believe when you're in the moment, like, if something's going to ruin the moment, most of the time, I'm not saying this is smart. Like I said last podcast, I like dumb moves. Make that come out of my mouth again. But, we got to get that, by the way. What is it? That, like, totally horn or whatever. But,
do you have any sound on that?
Just whatever they have. Yeah, I don't, but anyways, I don't know. There's sound somewhere in here, but I just have our intro and then like the random clapping and, you know, the fucking.
Oh yeah.
Hey yo. Anyway, so
Rodecaster Pro, baby.
Hey, but yeah, I don't know what the hell was I saying. Something, but
you were talking about bad moves and overly cautious.
Oh, when I'm in, like, if I'm in fucking Panama and Bocos del Toro and the joints are flowing and the liquor's flowing and there might be some shady characters and I'm buying weed from and the weed sucks and I might get a little mad and we can't even roll a joint because it's humid as fuck and I got to get my cousin to smoke it or roll it and then smoke it. But, you know, and it's a little shady area where the tourists are at a certain hour tend to disappear and we tend to be like 6 a.m. let's go, you know. These guys are our friends. I'm not gonna be the one to be like, I'm not smoking that joint. Where have your lips been, right, brown man from a different country?
Get
like,
a filter.
Where have my lips been? Fuck that. Like, I'm not gonna ruin it, but at the same time I see some herps or I see some like shady process. Nah.
Yeah, right.
I can't do that to myself.
Yeah, you gotta have some kind of a threshold.
Yeah, but if you don't want to ruin the moment ever.
For sure. You know what? So going back to these homeless guys too, you know, I would take some kind of precautionary measures. Like I said, I would like hold it at the end where my fingers touch my mouth and not the actual joint, you know. But interesting, man. There was one time this guy walked up. First time I ever seen this guy, but not the last. I've seen him a bunch of times after that. But he walked up and he's like, got this phone. And the first thing he sees me and the first thing he tells me is, hey, do you got Wi-Fi? I was like, Wi-Fi? What the fuck? No, I don't have fucking Wi-Fi. He's like, yeah, you can't like give me Wi-Fi from your phone? I was like, no, my phone doesn't do that. Yeah, like a hotspot. I was like, no, what the fuck? That's weird, you know? And so like he says something to these guys and then he just like walks off. And then like I looked at one of the guys named Casey. I was like, Casey, what the fuck's up with that? So, oh, dude, he's addicted to porn. He said he has a cell phone.
That's why he's homeless?
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, I hear it's a real thing.
Dude, it's a real thing. And that actually, I never really thought about it until I met that guy. And that's what he wanted to do. He had a cell phone, but he doesn't have no service. But he has Wi-Fi. And so if he has Wi-Fi, he can watch porn. It's like, what the fuck? That's fucking crazy, dude.
I think like I ordered movies as a young kid, but besides that, I don't think I ever have.
I've had, remember, dude, I had a VHS porn one time.
Oh, me too.
Dude, it was called Las Putas Locas.
That means bitches are crazy?
The crazy bitches.
Crazy bitches. We reverse it. Yeah, crazy bitches. Orale.
Oh my God, that was a VHS
we need
fucking
some Mexican
tape.
Music right here.
Yeah, dude, it was like, it didn't even say that on the cover. It said like, it was like a cartoon or something on the cover. Fucking weird. But, you know, a funny thing, dude, let me tell you a funny story. It doesn't have nothing to do with porn, but maybe we'll get back to porn. This homeless guy, I befriended, I guess. Yeah, I can call him my friend. His name was Will. And in Sacramento, I don't know if you know this or not, there's a thing called Concerts in the Park. And it's free shows, free concerts every Friday night.
Oh, nice.
And they're in a park, and local bands usually, but sometimes they have some big names. I mean, not real big names, but, you know, bigger names. And just free shows. Anyone can go, right? I mean, you have to buy beer and stuff like that. But if you want to just go chill, listen to music, it's free. So I tell this guy one day, I said, hey, Will, you ever go check out those concerts in the park? Because he's always around that area. I said, no, I never heard of it. I said, dude, you got to go check it out. They're free, man. You don't have to spend no money. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll go check it out. So anyways, I didn't see him for like a month. And then I see him, and he's like, oh, man, do I got a story for you, you know? And we sit down on my little bistro table, and we, you know, make some sandwiches and light up a couple doobies. Dude, fucking hilarious story. So he goes to find this concert, right, in the park, which is free. He ends up going to a nightclub, And he's thinking, okay, well, this must be what Nick's talking about, you know, because there's a concert going on. It's next to the park. Like, I'm going to go check it out, right? And I think it was the Barcades or one of those old school funk bands that was playing.
Okay.
And he loves that band, coincidentally. So he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, my band and everything. So he goes into this bar, right? And there's no cover or anything. So he goes in the bar. Obviously, he looks homeless. So everybody knows he's a homeless guy. But anyways, he goes to the bar, sits down, and just starts watching the concert. And then he asks the guy, like, hey, is this the free concert? You know, I heard there's free concerts. And he's like, no, actually, it's not the free concert. You know, we're going to open up cover pretty soon. So you got in just in time. You know, you don't have to pay cover or whatever. So he's like, all right, cool. So he ends up staying at this place, right? Long story short, the bartender ends up buying him a couple beers because he's a cool dude. So he has a couple drinks. The main singer for the band, like, bought him a beer, went to the bar, bought him a beer, and then danced with them. She was a chick, like, danced with them for a couple songs. And he's, like, telling me this story, right? And this is, like, a homeless guy who doesn't experience anything like that ever,
Awesome.
probably, you know? So his fucking eyes are just glowing, dude. And he's telling me the story, and it's fucking epic. And he says, yeah, man, and I don't think it was the free concert you're talking about, but everyone was being so nice to me, you know? Everything was being so cool. And then at the end of it, everything shut down, and then I started to walk out. And the bartender says, hey, man, do you recycle? And he said, yeah, I recycle. And he gave me 2 big old bags of recyclable cans, you know. And he said he took those back to his spot where he sleeps, and he slept on the cans. Like, they were like a little bed for him.
He's all happy, smiling.
Oh, dude, he was fucking happy as
the
hell.
little
dude.
things, you know?
Dude, yeah, it was interesting. It was
Human
fun.
interaction.
Human interaction, right? Which
Human kindness.
brings me back to that dignity portion, right? They just want to feel like they serve a purpose on this planet still.
Well, they want to feel human. And,
Exactly.
And when you walk by and you don't make eye contact, you know, it's
right.
It's you know, me and Gina, my girlfriend, we went running at because I'm trying to beat this fatness from COVID, and me, Nick, and Mike Milan, we're gonna do Ironman Sacramento, and I think we have to qualify or something.
Let's do it.
I don't know, man.
Do we? I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
It's a lot, dude. Like 26 miles of running, or like a little 26 and a half, 2.5 miles swimming. Downstream though, I think, and
Just float.
11 miles bike riding. You know, like it's a lot.
Yeah, dude, that is a lot.
down.
And I think it's way more than 11 miles in a bike.
But yeah, probably I guess that number. But if those, you know, I thought it was 26 total, but no. But you know what? If those mofos could do it, we could do it,
Dude, right. And it's in 2 years, so there's plenty of training. So, Mike, if you're watching this, get ready, my man. Dude, let's fucking do it, Jay.
When we go to Mexico to TJ and buying steroids,
Soon.
let's get all steroid out. Let's go crazy with testosterone and steroids. And
Dude, we'd get so heavy, we'd fucking sink to the bottom when we're swimming.
dude, I saw this Instagram video. What was his name? Or TikTok. This dude's like a Mexican dude, as wide as he is tall, 300 pounds. And I was like, I like this mofo. And he was like running. I'm like, he was going to get tired, you know. There's no, and dude, no, this guy was an athlete. He was doing like where you're on the side of the bar and you lift your whole body up, but he's wide and just jacked.
Damn.
He was, dude, props to that guy. I wish I knew his name because that guy, I just added him on TikTok. It's like, homeboy, yes, you know, I don't know. He's all tatted up.
He's a fool.
Yeah, he's definitely a fool, but he's a sav. He's huge, and you're like, no way. He's like, you're like, dude, you should be playing football, my friend. Like, he's agile. It's like crazy. It's just crazy. Anyways,
Dude, I would not doubt if the Diaz brothers competed in that Ironman challenge.
yeah, they're heavy into triathlons. They're like the
Right.
first MMA fighters to put conditioning on a whole new level. I don't know if you're familiar. They've like done the swim to Alcatraz. They bike. It's crazy because they're gangster.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They got a gangster vibe. I don't know if they're gangster. Shout out to the Diaz brothers. Those guys are awesome. But
Bad motherfuckers.
if you're from Lindsay High, you got to always root for the Diaz brothers because they remind you of
have
dudes
to.
from Lindsay.
Fuck yeah, they do. Well,
And-
Stockton's something else. I mean, that's
Gina-
basically a larger scale Lindsay.
Gina recently met Nick Diaz because they were always at Gilbert's
Really?
gym. I never ran into him. I think I saw Nate once, but I didn't jock his shit. You know, I tried to give space. But dude, those guys are hardcore. They ride bikes. They wear tights. It's funny because they're like
Yeah,
gangster. And you see
right.
them doing like white boy shit, but it's they're hardcore and they're into it, and it's definitely affected their MMA game.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude. Dude, Nate Diaz can go round after round after round. Not
Dude.
get tired.
Guess he made Conor McGregor get on a bike when he beat him the first time. Conor
Really?
McGregor bought a bike and started biking.
No
Because
shit.
Connor's like, fuck that, I'll do your game. You know, I got to do something.
You
you know?
got to, right?
Yeah, and it helped him. It definitely helped him. But yeah, that's a conditioning you can't even comprehend.
You know what's funny is I consider those guys not heroes, but I kind of look up to those guys, you know? And as growing up, and you start to learn this after a while, but growing up, you know, as a Mexican person, there's not a lot of heroes out there, right? There's not a lot of people you can look up to. All the movies, Mexicans are villains or bad guys or some immigrant.
Or Nacho Libre, who's a white guy.
Yeah, right. He's not even a Mexican dude. So there's not a lot of that out there. But, dude, as soon as I started getting into UFC and really knowing these guys, like, damn, these guys are badass. Look at all this cool shit they're doing. And they, like, meet fans and they smoke with fans and they go to dispensaries and do all this shit with fans. That's badass.
Yeah, those guys, they're definitely like from Nick Diaz from day one. I remember watching Nick Diaz knock out Robbie Lawler as a kid, and Robbie Lawler was knocking everyone out. And then this I was always against those skinny guys because I'm not really a tall, skinny dude. So I was always rooting against, I was for the short, buff guy or stocky guy. I like how I said short, buff, like I'm in that category. The short, ripped guys. But like,
you to find the gym.
Yes, I drink this beer. But no, those guys just like, I love it. They never turn down a fight, dude. Nick, I could tell you some, dude, Joe Riggs. You know what Joe Riggs is?
No.
He was a mofo back in the day, but him and Nick, this is old school. Like, this is like, you're a real fan if you know this. Joe Riggs and Nate Diaz got in a fight. I believe Nate Diaz won. Joe Riggs was no mofo. I think he was like from Hawaii or something. But they both had to go to the hospital for their injuries and started fighting in the hospital.
Oh shit!
Like I think Joe Riggs was hooked up and he just hears, "Where's that motherfucker?" So, there's plenty of cartoons out now about it, but like where they reenacted it. But yeah, he just like they started swinging down, and probably Nate was there too, and then dude. Bellator. You know about Bellator? Where they jumped in, Jake Shields, Gilbert Melendez, Diaz brother. Yeah, it was against Mayhem Miller. Yeah, Mayhem Miller beat Jake Shields. Or Jake Shields beat someone. The Mayhem Miller jumped in with the mic. He's like, "Hey, Jake, fight me!" And they just like were like, "Nah, dude, you get that moment. You give Jake. He's our boy. Give him time to shine."
Yeah.
And they all jumped in and like it was craziness.
Oh shit!
Punches left and right.
Well, dude, these guys are fucking crazy like that. That's what I love about them too. Like and I think it was Nick Diaz. I don't even know what fight it was, but like he lays down and like
That was against Anderson Silva.
Oh yeah, it was
a motherfucker. One of the greatest to ever do it, by the way.
Right.
And
bad motherfucker.
Down. Black belt, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Diaz, black belt, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, out in Lodi, didn't, comfortable on the ground, fucking badass boxer with, I forget his coach's name.
That's short Mexican guy.
What's it? It starts with the knee, his last name, I forget. But just, fucking savage. Probably missed out a little on the wrestling, although I'm sure they have some badass wrestling, but dude, just ground, standing, conditioning, and shit talking. They're mental, the mental.
Yeah, they are. Big time.
Joe Rogan talks about like hearing them talk while they're fighting and says it's hilarious.
Dude,
209, motherfucker. Stockton.
That's bad. The Stockton slap.
Stockton slap, bro.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Dude, Conor McGregor getting hit with the Stockton slap was probably one of the best moments ever.
But Conor brought the slap in the second fight.
Did
I think he slapped Nate. I'm not sure, but I think he did a couple times.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Like, all right, you do it to me. That's why I like Conor, because like he won't give it out. But I'm more of a Conor McGregor fan nowadays. You want to know why?
Why?
Since about a week ago.
Because you found out you're Irish?
I found out I'm half Irish. Or no, quarter Irish.
Wow.
I always thought I was just a German dude or something.
So you're going to get a Conor tattoo?
Yep. I'm going to start repping that flag. I'm going to start drinking every day. Wait, I do that already. I can't drink Mexican beer anymore. I got to drink. What do Irish people drink? Potato vodka? I don't know.
What's his whiskey?
His bullshit whiskey.
Yeah.
Proper 12 or something.
Proper 22 or proper 12?
Proper 12, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I tried it once. I was at an Irish bar in San Francisco. There's a lot of Irish in San Francisco.
Okay.
I was at this Irish bar and I saw it and I was more just like amazed by his business savvy. He fought Mayweather. He lost, but fucking Mike Tyson.
Got a lot of fucking money for that.
Yeah, that took him to a new level. He wouldn't be where he was today if it wasn't for that. And they might rematch or pack. He's got options. This motherfucker's a business savage, but also an amazing athlete. Jumping weight classes, dude. He jumped up to fight Nate Diaz.
Did he?
Guys at normally 170 don't want to fight Nate Diaz. He fought at 155 and 145. 145, he won the belt. I believe he went up to 155, murked a couple dudes, and then fought 172 weight classes above what he entered in. I think he's probably normally 155. Coming back at 172, by the way.
Damn.
He picks where the savages are or where he thinks he could, get money.
Yeah, I don't know much about Conor McGregor aside from, rags to riches type of thing, your traditional story. But, dude, I hate a shit talker. I don't hate a shit talker because I kind of like what Nick and Nate Diaz kind of do, but
yeah,
like, dude, even Mayweather, fucking hate that fucker, dude.
But they know you hate him, and that's the point.
Well, right, exactly. And
no one pays to see him win.
Well, right, exactly. And they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with it. They know they can fuck with your mind and throw you off your game.
And McGregor is smart. He's taken a lot of Mayweather. Like, I remember following Mayweather's Instagram. I was like, fuck this dude, always in fancy suits and masks. Just after a while, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I like watching his training and shit because he's a savage. But McGregor started doing the same thing, fancy suits, peacocking. And I kind of got old. But I used to hate McGregor. He beat my boy Aldo. Aldo was my boy. I almost cried. I was in a bar full of half Brazilians and half Irish people in San Francisco. But anyways, I was in the bar, Irish bar, I forgot, and they had Proper 12 back there. And I said, how the fuck does Proper 12 get in every fucking store and every fucking old Irish bar that don't usually get new shit? Like, holy shit, this motherfucker's got a grip. And I don't know, it's through Jameson. I know he talks shit about Jameson, but I also heard it might be connected. I don't know. But he has enough clout through that Mayweather fight because he pronounced the whiskey at the Mayweather fight.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
Was it on the ring?
I think he advertised for it somewhere. I remember seeing that too.
It was on the Khabib fight on the ring.
Fucking
dude.
But
he's smart. And he's making the brain damage worth it, basically, if he has it. I don't know. But he, all of a sudden it's everywhere. And I'm a guy who looks into beer and liquor getting into the market. It's hard because I've always dreamed of, brewing my own beer since high school. And I would like to make my own liquor too.
I remember when your mom bought you that brew kit.
Yeah, the little one you put in the fridge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had a $500 kit at one point. Almost blew myself up with the propane caught on fire. And it was an apartment complex, a lot of kids around.
Meth lab.
Yeah, dude, it felt like a meth lab. I sold it. I was too nervous. Oh, shit. And but yeah, so I asked the Irish, this old Irish man. I'm like, hey, Proper 12, like, how the fuck did that get in here? That's like Conor McGregor shit. And like a lot of Irish dudes hate that motherfucker too. At least like
really?
Like they're like, fuck that shit talker. And he's like, I'll get this. I can't even charge for this bullshit. Was that even a proper Irish accent? But anyways,
that was pretty good.
It might have been Afghani. I don't know.
You are quarter Irish.
Yeah, it's coming in already. I feel it. I feel it in my ancestors. But he poured a shot and it was pretty awful. Now I heard these other batches might be better because they like had to color it. Like it wasn't naturally that color because it came out so quick. I don't know how they would age it and stuff, but I would like to try it. Then possibly it's different now. I don't know, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when somebody like that comes out with a whiskey or a beer. Like takes me to E40 too. E40 came out with his beer and called it E40. You remember that?
He came out with a bunch of stuff, didn't he?
Like he came without Slurricane. So Slurricane is basically
that
like
sounds like E40 would call it.
Yeah. Well, he has a song called Slurricane.
Okay.
An old one, actually. It's a badass jam.
Okay.
But it's like Alizé. Remember that shit? That blue bottle?
Yeah. Yeah, and I know a girl who named her daughter that.
Yeah, right. Central Valley, baby. Yeah. But that's
it's a cool name, I guess.
It's fucking, I hate that shit. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But E40 made that, and then he made the beer.
He made Alizé?
No, he didn't make Alizé. But the Slurricane is exactly like Alizé. Kind of
tasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a slushy.
And he has the beer E40, which I still have a couple cans of. And it was okay. I bought a few cans of it. I don't even think they make it anymore. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But he also made a wine called Earl Stevens. That's his real name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Earl Stevens.
So I think out of everything, that wine's probably going to be the most successful. But yeah, I think you're right about getting into that market. It seems like it would be tough if someone like that and Conor McGregor, who has fucking millions of dollars, is difficult for them. Imagine a small home brewer trying to make it big.
Yeah, it's hard, but they do it. Lagunitas, that's a cool story. The Lagunitas. I went up to the brewery. We got to go. I love Lake Lagunitas, and although the brewery's not there, it's outside. But it's like these just rebellious hippie dude back in the day, and
where is that?
They're big potheads. It's north of San Francisco.
Okay.
And he was like a big pothead, or they all smoked, and the police would always try to shut him down back in the day, and they would fucking say fuck you. It was the stories seem cool, but they have their beers everywhere. So it's like anything. Like you gotta start off somewhere, right? And just keep working at it and hope you figure out the kinks.
Like what we're doing here.
Don't quit, brother. But where did E40 get his name, by the way?
E40.
Obviously Earl E.
Yeah, right.
Did you just drink 40s all the time?
Probably.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I wonder if there's a documentary out about E40.
He's an interesting dude. To be honest, never really a big Bay Area rap guy.
Okay.
Always like the Dr. Dre, the
yeah,
Compton,
yeah,
Easy,
for
but
sure.
Mac, Well, Mac 10, where's he from?
Mac 10?
He's not from California,
where
right?
the fuck is Mac 10 from? I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. But Bay Area, you know, just the hyphy music, I just was never into it.
Yeah, same here.
He started all these funky words, and like even Snoop Dogg started doing that. It just seemed weird. But
yeah,
it obviously did great for them. But he definitely seems like a super cool dude, like Bay Area, like giving back. I believe he's from Vallejo.
right.
But like they definitely like he seems like a badass, like cool, just like a nice, good dude to like his community.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, I get that vibe too. Well respected, and he's still there from what I understand. So
Yeah, I think he has a recording studio there. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I hear from living in San Francisco,
dude, he goes to all the fucking football games, all the Niner games, all the Warrior games.
Yeah.
Like huge Bay Area fan in sports. So he's got a huge reputation there, man. And I actually, dude, I remember growing up hearing his songs played in my uncle's cars and stuff. Badass jams, dude. Really. And actually, this was like 90s, and he was way ahead of the game. I mean, he was producing stuff that nobody ever heard before, and just off the wall, typical Bay Area shit, but not really hyphy movement shit. It was just off the wall rap game. Interesting.
Yeah, and he kind of did he just like produce his own shit like Jay-Z and all that? Just like came out with his own company or?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Well, he has Sick With It Records now. It's like a pig.
It's probably not a good name to have during this COVID thing. Be sick with it. Stay away from me. Sorry. Dad jokes, and I'm not a dad.
Love it.
But Nick's here, so he understands and laughs.
I get it. That's why I laughed at it.
But yeah, I don't know. What else is going on? Well, how do you feel about your kids shooting people? In the virtual world, I should say.
Yeah, right.
Drive-by's okay.
You know what? I've thought about this a lot over the years, and a part of me says that playing video games like that, I mean, it's not going to prepare you for wanting to join the military, but I think it'll give you some sort of background to where joining the military is like something you consider more because you feel like it's like a video game. Mm-hmm. So I think there's that, but I don't think shooting video games makes you violent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's just like there's such a spectrum. I think a kid could play it and be like, oh, I want to shoot someone for real. What's that look like? I'm going to shoot my dog and progressively shoot up the school. You know, I don't know, but I don't know if that's how it goes down. But it's like they blamed it on rap music, blamed it on rock music before that. Probably blamed weed. They're always blaming something.
Right.
And maybe it's the goddamn society you motherfuckers set up. The ones that keep pointing the finger. There's three pointing back at you, homies. This is a society you set up. It's stressful. It's not very easy unless you're filthy rich.
Right.
Jesus, the middle class. What middle class? It's like, I mean, there's definitely a middle class, but like they're just scraping better off than the other guy.
Right. and whatever middle class there is.
Did we just smoke weed and go crazy?
We
conspiracy?
did. We did. God damn it.
Sorry. No, it's great. Do it.
But what the fuck were we talking about before that, Jay?
With video games and like, your kids shooting people.
Yeah. Well, that's a good conversation. We might as well keep that going because, that's an interesting one, right? Because memories. You just talked about a memory you had in 007 that just sticks with you, and it feels like you're in it. Mm-hmm. Whoa, excuse me. So it's the same concept, right? Except on a whole nother level where it's like, dude, these games nowadays are pretty fucking realistic.
Right.
I mean, dude, you have actual guns that are actual guns, and the zoom capabilities and the graphics, it's like you're fucking there. So imagine what those memories are going to look like in 15 years.
Dude, and then VR?
Oh,
where your body's going to remember it?
Oh, whoa. Dude, crazy.
Mind blown. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Yeah. Mind blown.
Good one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question because our parents I remember like the Grand Theft Auto thing. I was a huge Grand Theft Auto person. I think that elevated video games into where they are today of just shooting everybody. Because no one really, we did the levels, but we didn't want to. I just wanted to come after school.
That was definitely one of the first violent games.
I used to drink and drive on that game. I used to come home from partying in high school, go get the tacos from the burrito from the taco truck. What was it called? I never knew.
Lola's.
It was always the taco truck to me. And then I would just go back home, turn on that Grand Theft Auto, and drive drunk fast. I didn't kill anybody in real life.
Nice. But you killed a bunch of hookers.
Yeah. You know, and I definitely got to kill the hookers. They're always walking on the side of the road, too close. But no, it's. But I remember my parents back then saying this is so realistic, or I don't know if my parents said that. They didn't say that, but like reading it in the paper, the local.
Kobe's parents said that.
Yeah, probably Kobe's parents. But shout out to Kobe's parents; they're great people, and they taught me how to be good people. PSA announcement. But like, truth, preach. But it was like the news and everything, and it's like, oh, the graphics are so real, and now you look back and they're shitty graphics, but they're saying the same thing now, but they're pretty fucking real.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think you made the point of virtual reality is the next phase in that. Right, because we had 16-bit, and then go into what we have now, and then virtual reality is that next transition, which is fucking scary.
You know, that was it like Life, that game, or wherever, Sims and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is crazy. I was into it like the old school days on the PC, but then I would go to a friend's house to play it, the Andersons. But then
that's a fucking weird game.
Yeah, and then I like got I had to do one for a school project. I was down in San Diego at Cuesta College, and dude, I had to like do a presentation on how video games are affecting the youth. Basically, the subject we're talking about. Funny, I just remembered it now. But I play this video game, and you get like a job, you got to pay taxes, you take shit sometimes. It was just like, I think Grand Theft Auto did it, where you had to work out, or you got fat and you were slower, and it was like, wait. Video games used to be escape from this bullshit world, and now as the bullshit world got into this world, did the government get in there? They start making you pay taxes in this other world, But I was like, I just gave up. I was like, this is stupid. Why am I taking a shit on a video game? Like,
dude, I just saw a meme the other day that fucking made me laugh out loud, and it was a guy. He said, and he's like an engineer student or something.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I had a Sims family, and the kids went on to become scientists, and they discovered that they were a video game simulator, and so I unplugged my computer."
Wait, you say that? What happened?
So the guy says, I had a family on The Sims. The kids grew up to be scientists, and they discovered that they were computer simulations. And I unplugged my computer.
Dang.
Got all scared.
It's going to happen eventually, right? Or are we going to discover we're the simulation? Because if that's possible, this is possible.
Yeah.
It's funny, we're like, oh, it's possible that a video game can recognize it's a video game. A computer program could eventually, in 50 years, 10 years, 100 years, whatever, it's going to know you got to figure it out if it has free thought. But wait, do we have free thought, and can we figure that out? But we're so egotistical that we want it to be lesser than us. But what about one up above us? What's up above that?
You went deep right there, Jay. Yeah.
We don't talk about conspiracies as much as I thought we would on the podcast.
Right?
I thought we'd go, but like we talk about some cool shit, I think. But
it's never on the podcast though. It's like always some random conversations we have.
Yeah. It's like on the phone or something. But
see, that's what we need to do. We just need to record one of our phone conversations one day.
Yeah. 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 Secretly. Like you secretly record me, I'll secretly record you. Don't do that, please.